Have you asked for cough syrup over the counter for that troublesome cough you've had? That syrup may have contained codeine, a narcotic drug with a high potential for addiction. Young people in Kenya have discovered this and have found a way of using it for recreational rather than medicinal purposes. As Dr. Masikorir reports, this is a dangerous emerging trend. Here is Dr. Masikorir with today's story in our continuing series on phase 2 of the crackdown on drugs and alcohol abuse.
Kuria, not his real name, has been using codeine-based cough syrups for at least 2 years to get high.
It starts with being open-minded. It starts with looking into the bigger picture of how you do your things and how you live your life, doing what you do, it not being controlled by A, B, C, D or the system, and trying new things.
This is Kuria's used stash for the last 4 months, mainly codeine-based cough syrups of different brands.
Like in a day, how many of these bottles do you use?
1 to 2. 1 to 2. Not to overdo it.
1 to 2. So let's do the math. This is 100 ml divided by 5.
200 mg.
20. 200 mg. So that's 400 milligrams of codeine per day.
Apart from all these cough syrups, Kuria uses these tablet forms of codeine, the maximum 4 milligrams allowed per day dose of alprazolam, an anti-anxiety medication, 100 milligrams of diazepam, 10 times more than is required to sedate an adult. All this bought over the counter with no doctor's prescription, as should be the case. Kuria's venture into medicines was inspired by rap musicians.
By 06, 08, it was all over in rap music per se, Pink, Purp, Wheezy, you name it. And when you find it here, and you mix it up and you do the maths and the MG, and you have the same product pretty much.
The external influences that you expose your child to at an early age of development may have an effect on their behavior during adolescence. Think of the adolescent brain like a car with a fully functional accelerator, but with no brakes.
Development stages, they're very rapid during the early infancy and even the adolescent period. When you give somebody these drugs, there's impairment in what we call the cognitive functioning.
Misuse of these codeine syrups has been reported even at home.
There's the other end of children who are given by nannies and even some parents to make them sleep. It's actually a form of child abuse. There might be some impairment in their development because at that time, when children are growing, it's when their brain is also developing.
Compared to other drugs like alcohol, which, leads to you, losing your mind or, just going ham, it was different. It was more peaceful.
With limited quantities, he says it doesn't limit him in any way, but the psychiatrist disagrees.
Their behavior will definitely change. They will, if it's in a student, you'll find in class they're not concentrating. Codeine makes somebody very drowsy, so you'll find that they'll probably nod off in class. Their performance will start dropping.
Previously, 8 of every 10 students from Kuria's university were likely to be using these codeine syrups. But now the number is likely to be 5 out of every 10.
Previously, it was possible with 1,000 bob, but there's been legislation that's made it practically illegal. So as an illegal product, it's no longer available.
If a young person is carrying around a bottle like this with a liquid they don't want anyone to taste, it might be the syrup, an emerging trend that has many parents worried. Dr. Masikorir, KTN News.